Warrior Poet Society. Ever watch that on YouTube or anything like that?
John Lovell. Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
I think it was him. He was the first person I heard say it. I'm sure it's not original to him, but you want to be the most dangerous man in the room. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you are imposing or any of that. It's like you don't need to be. It's meekness. It's the definition of it. It's power under control. Yeah. If you have that power under control, it's like, I'm confident. I don't need to assert this, but when the moment comes, I'm totally prepared. I'm not caught off guard. Right. Yeah. So I like that you're describing it. It's like, men, we want that. We like, we crave it even. I was just telling my wife this like today. I'm like, I used to be really into prepper, like fiction stuff, and I'd listen to it and I'd be like, one day I'm like, why do I like this so much? Yeah. And I'm like, it's because it gives this break from the normalness of like, everything's fine. Everything's safe. There's no danger. It's like, I have to rise to the occasion. I have to do something that makes a difference. So
it's the what if it gets bad? Yeah. Will I be the dad that's ready? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of, like you touched on meekness. I feel like a lot of young men, or just, any men, period, they associate meekness with weakness. Mm-hmm. And really, it's just humble strength.
Yeah.
And being truly, humble and having the humility to go through your life knowing I am what I'm about and nobody's going to change that. And there's nothing wrong with there being somebody bigger that's more lethal than me, than whatever, that's stronger, faster, smarter, whatever. Your confidence in you and in Jesus Christ, obviously, is what gives you your true identity, your true power.
You said meekness is humble under power. What did you say?
It's often construed as weakness.
Yes.
But it's humble strength.
Humble strength. So my dad told me when I was growing up that he was a pastor, and it's in essence the same thing you just said. But he told me that the word meekness in the Bible is a horse term or an equestrian term, where when a horse in all of his glory is full of ripping muscle and maybe snot coming out, and he's built for war, and the rider is on, and it's time to go into action. That horse is capable of a lot of things, but the meekness is where it's the power of the reins, where it's controlled. So it's controlled power, with humility, and to be able to steer that tremendous power, which is what he's doing. That's where the magic happens right there. It's not just a snotting, muscular bound horse that it's a wild, crazy thing that gets really nothing done other than scares people and injures them.
Mm-hmm. Jordan Peterson actually touches on that really well. He kind of states it as you have to become a controlled monster. Those who have and lack, or rather those who lack the strength to go out and do evil and do good, vice versa. Those who lack the strength to go out and do that, their integrity means nothing.
Yeah, they're not virtuous.
They're not virtuous because they can't. They can't do anything about it. But those who are truly able to become monsters and actively choose not to, they can see the true darkness in that side of the world, and they can see the darkness and the sin that is just washed over everything, and they choose not to engage in it. That is true integrity. Right. And that goes directly in line with meekness. And that's, as to the analogy with the horse, they can do unspeakable things with their power. Horses can tear a guy in half. I mean, they would do that in medieval times, But they're tempered. They have good temperament if raised and trained correctly. I feel like Jordan Peterson was kind of the first one that a lot of, especially if the guys that are going to listen to this as well, they've heard this before. They're probably not in their heads going, yeah, I've heard that. Because that's exactly how a lot of them start the rabbit hole of bettering themselves, is they find Jordan Peterson first.
Yeah.
And they say, okay,
it's a gateway drug.
Well, yeah, exactly, he is. And, he would admit to that too. And rightfully so. And very good for him. Mm-hmm. And I actually went to one of his...
Did you?
His speakings over in the Predator Stadium over here in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
Super. So he's awesome, man. He's super cool, super good guy. But yeah, you do have to be able to recognize that monster inside of you and say, you know what? As a man, I choose not to act on this. This is the meekness that God calls us to carry, because You know, I feel like for, you know, me and especially people that grew up in the church, we were always, if it even came up, if meekness even came up, because a lot of times it didn't.
Oh, it came up as weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Be nice is usually what men are told.
I always tell people, don't be a nice guy, but be a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Don't be a nice guy, but be a good man.